But I very much doubt he's got an FX.
Oh, not a split window, is it?
Yeah, the FX, which is what this one is, which is a nickname really, they were known as 48215 because it was the first one. It wasn't abbreviated with anything for it.
Well, there's me getting my Aussie motors mixed up again. I'd claimed a mate had one of these. In fact, his was an FB. 4 generations later and released 7 years on from the end of FX production in 1953. Is this one of your own?
No, we're fixing this for a customer, but we're not interfering with the outside of the car in any way, shape or form.
Right, leaving the patina.
Yep, leaving it alone. We're going to make some undo some modifications they did to it.
Right.
But we're not going to take away. I've told the customer that we're not painting it.
Do you reckon this is original paint?
Yeah, it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when it's finished, and it is getting very close now to being finished.
Yeah. And what's the block underneath?
That's just a 138 grey motor, Holden grey, as it was built in the day.
Yeah. And sorry, what year would this have been?
1948.
1948. Bloody hell! It hasn't suffered much, has it?
No, it was this bloke's young fella's granddad's car.
Uh-huh.
It was a family car.
Yeah. Wow.
And no disrespect to Granddad, who was a mechanic, we're going to be undoing a lot of the things he did to it in the day to put it back. But as I said, without interfering with the integrity of the car.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, where does this sort of stand in the pantheon of Australian iconism and whatever?
It's one. It's the top of the peach tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where it all kicked off, basically.
This is where it all kicked off.
Yeah.
There'll be some arguments among people regarding to the invention of the utility, you know.
1934 Ford,
some people will say Ford, and some people will say Holden, and some people will say even Vanguard. Yeah, right. But Holden sort of hold their hand up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, it's another great one.
What we've got going on here is a strange, convoluted story. It's VK Commodore Vacationer.
Vacationer?
Yeah, and I bought it off a customer myself to do exactly what we're doing to it, but never got to it.
Right.
Never got round to it.
Uh-huh.
And a customer came along to me one day, one of my long-term customers, and said to me that he was looking to do a VK wagon. And I went, well, as it happens, I've got a VK wagon that I started to do this work to, and then just stuck it in a mate's shed, and there it stayed. So now I'm completing the job I was going to do for myself, where it's got to the point now where I've said to the fellow I'm building it for, when we've done this and you're driving it and you've had enough, I want first option of refusal to buy it back.
Right, yeah.
Because it's lit the fire in me again.
Right, gotcha. And what are you putting in it?
Well, it was originally a Holden Vacation, which was a 6-cylinder.
And what?
So I'll drop it down now.
What was it?
VK.
VK, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a holiday, day after day, a holiday.
Introducing the new limited edition 1985 Holden Commodore Vacationer.
It's a holiday.
A holiday away from the ordinary with 6-cylinder power, air conditioning, power steering, tweed cloth seats, wagon roof rack and tailgate wiper washer, power antenna and much more luxury. All at a saving of $1,000.
Day after day, a holiday.
The new 1985 Holden Commodore Vacationer sedan and wagon at your Holden dealer now.
The VK, I think, was the last of the good Commodores.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, controversial.
Yes, but I'll stand by my my statement.
Okay.
I'll drop it out. I'll show you what we're up to.
Can we see much of like the old Opal?
No,
design on this at all?
There's not much of it left. No.
Okay. Just. Looks like there's something naughty underneath the hood.
Oh, yeah, one could say that we did a little naughtiness.
God, I do like a clean. So what do we got?
So what we've got in there is what's known as a VN cylinder head 304 motor,
Yeah.
which we've stroked to 355 cubic inches and done a little bit of naughtiness inside it and breathe it back to life. But it'll still be a reasonably good cruiser, which is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, a bit convoluted story, but I've been allowed to build what I wanted to build for myself for somebody else.
Right, right. New paint underneath.
Yep, yeah, the engine bay
round?
was all done. I'd done everything up to putting the engine in,
Yeah.
and
Oh right, yeah,
then
yeah.
never went any further. I got too involved in running a business and
Sure.
you know,
Sure.
making a living and playing with my grandkids.
Are wagons a choice?
Yes, yeah, wagon, and always have been. You know, the Europeans and English call them estate cars. We call them station wagons.
Yeah,
The Americans call them station wagons. There's another one over there. There's a VS wagon over there that we're doing. Yeah, I think they're great. I love them.
That's my preferred choice. I've got a Mercedes W123
Estate car.
estate car, or SS123 to be correct.
But this will be, as you can see, it's built with all the mod cons. So it's got power steering, it's got air conditioning, it's got a 4-speed automatic. It'll be a nice cruiser car. And if you really want to stand on a loud pedal, it would probably pin your ears back.
And did the Vocationer name, did it just last for this?
Yeah, just that. It was a very limited edition car.
You're right.
And they've become quite sought after.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just lucky enough to stumble across one and grabbed it.
Yeah, sure. Those wheels would be original?
No,
Right,
they're
yes,
they're HDT wheels.
Right. How long's left on this one, do you reckon? When does he
Oh
want
no, we're only probably, when we've got time, we're probably only a few months away.
it? Uh-huh.
The hard work is now done.
Yeah.
Engines in, gearboxes in, exhaust systems in.
Yeah.
We're into the tail shaft now, and we've already got the front part working, so a little bit of work to do the rear part of the tail shaft and connect it, put the power steering in, and basically just start plumbing it.
Yeah.
And sure rock and roll, this one.
Great stuff. Lovely. Oh, really?
It might be gone on Friday,
crikey.
yep.
Right, so the FX.
Yep.
So tell me, you just mentioned it's been around, you've had it in the shop for 4 years,
Oh
waiting
yeah,
for the
probably.
parts?
If I thought about it, probably 4 years, maybe longer. Who knows? Not that the job was difficult. It was just finding the components to repair her with.
Right.
Was just painful.
Yeah.
So it
What
was.
sort of things were you after?
Oh well, we had to rebuild all the suspension in
Yeah.
it. And the suspension in that is really only native to that model. After that model, they changed it.
Right,
So
okay.
it was only for them.
Yeah.
All lever action, Armstrong lever shock absorbers. So finding the parts to fix them took years. And then, you know, finding universals that just native to this. That was 90 days to find a universal.
Even in the country of its birth, it's
Yes.
no new old stock found
So
anywhere.
it was just a time-consuming monster.
Yeah.
But as for the end of it, it's come up brilliant. We took it for a road test today for its first time to bed the brakes in, and it's a joy to drive.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's one of the originals, hey, that can attain to the term ute.
Yes,
And
the
what have you.
term utility.
Yeah.
And that's the original paint, and it cleaned up just like that.
Yeah. There's no intention to.
No, I had
restore
no
it.
intentions of doing his body. I told him that. I said, no, we're not going to take away any of its originality and its personality.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, we went to a great deal of trouble to make it still look like Grandad's ute.
Yeah.
And it is.
As they say, it's only original once.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
once and once
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
But
a cracker.
it's come up fantastic. We are more than happy.
Yeah. No, it looks great. Oh, there's a great number plate on it as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to get under there
Okay. Yeah.
or nearly there.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, we're going to put that back, so George's car's got to come back a bit. Get that over there.
Vacationer. It's just been moved for space. It's no update on the Vacationer.
Oh, we'll be back on that. When the Chev leaves, the Vacation will be back over on that hoist and we'll be back on her.
Right, okay. Yeah, it looks nice to see it down on the ground, bit of space around it. And what are the name of those wheels on it?
They're genuine HDT Aeros.
HDT Aeros. HDT Aeros, I like them. And what's to do on this one, Mike, again?
We put a 355 V8 in it instead of the old 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
So, and of course, you know, you need to make everything else fit around it, and that's where we're at now. We had the tail shaft made by Duggins. They've given me a call, it's finished. So I'll go and pick that up shortly, get tail shaft in. And we've got to go back to making the starter motor and the steering rack fit around all the extractors.
Yeah.
It's just little bits and pieces you've got to tweak, and then go forward.
Great stuff, okay. Look forward to that one. Okay, mate, thank you very much for your time.
That's all right.
If you love this video, you're going to absolutely love this one. So click on the screen and watch that, and I'll see you in the next video.